Mike, is David Warner the new Shane Warne?
I wouldn't have thought so, no. No. Well, he's got Warne in his name, but no. Well, he's pretty handy. You know, he can come on and pick up a handy wicket for us. It's very, very, very handy. But I'd say he's got a long way to go before you can put him anywhere near Shane Warne's class.
Yeah. 8 bowlers today. I can't remember the last time I saw that in a fair income part of a Test match. Have you ever experienced 8 bowlers before, and what was the logic behind it?
Well, I think it was just, I don't know exactly what the logic was, but just trying to eke out a wicket here or there. I think that was the plan. I think that's the way Michael Clarke likes to captain. He goes with his gut a lot of the time. Sometimes throws in things from left field, and it showed with Davey Warner's wicket that can help to pick up a wicket here or there. So always just trying to find a new way to get a wicket, I guess.
Michael, do you feel as though sometimes with Clarke's double centuries, your centuries get swept under the rug? I don't really think about it like that. No, I just sort of see it as that I'm very fortunate to probably have the best seat in the house to watch some of his batting. To be up the other end, to be part of big partnerships with him is just it's fantastic. From my point of view. So no, I don't really see it that way. I just feel very lucky that I'm able to be out there and enjoy it from the other end.
Everyone seemed completely convinced that Smith had hit that ball, and he took a while to have a chat before he decided to do that. Did you think that? Did you hear anything? Do you think that he did it?
Well, if I'm speaking honestly, I actually didn't hear anything, but most of our boys thought they heard a noise. But in my opinion, I think if Graham had have hit the ball and he was given out by the umpire, I think he would have walked off. So that sort of tells me that, obviously maybe he didn't hit the ball, and the technology sort of backed that up, because there was nothing on hotspot, and there was sounded like there was nothing on the microphones, the effects mics as well. So, to me, maybe the correct decision was made.
Are you a bit surprised at the run rate South Africans are going at today, if they've got to hunt down a big total and perhaps get in front to win this match?
What was their? I don't even know what their run rate was. No, I think it's a difficult situation because when the opposition's got 550 on the board, you can't really afford to come out and play too aggressively, because if you do lose wickets, then you are going to be well behind. So I think it was important for them to make sure they stay in the game for as long as they can. The Adelaide Test match quite often isn't won in the first couple of days, but it can be lost in the first couple of days. So I thought they applied themselves very well, batted extremely well, and have got themselves into a position where they are still, definitely well and truly in the Test match. So tomorrow's a big, huge day, really.
Yeah, just back to what you were saying about Michael before batting with him. What is the experience of being down the other end, and what kind of frame of mind is he in at the moment? And have you sort of batted with anyone in that kind of frame of mind?
Well, I guess over a long partnership, you go through different sort of emotions, really. You sort of ebb and flow. Sometimes, you're both sort of going really well. Sometimes one bloke's sort of struggling a little bit and the other one sort of tries to help him along, and vice versa. Sometimes we're quite intense and, we're yelling and screaming at each other, and other times we're sort of laughing and having a bit of a joke. So it sort of does ebb and flow a lot throughout the course of a long partnership. But, geez, he's playing some amazing, his stroke play at the moment is just amazing. And so it's, just a pleasure to watch, really, to be at the other end to watch it so closely.
Just going back to the appeal against Smith, there was some suggestion on the telly, I think, that Ricky had said that the hotspot wasn't working or something like that. Do you know anything about that? And I guess do the players have complete confidence in the technology that's being used? I
don't know anything about that. Ricky didn't say anything in the huddle. I don't know if he said anything outside of that. But no, it's the technologies that we've got. I think we've got faith in it. I think it's over the last few years it's been pretty good. I still think the technology can get better, but I think it's generally been pretty accurate in the last few years. I don't know if the hotspot was or wasn't working, but I don't know. Sorry.
Michael, does it make not you as not just an Australian cricketer but a follower of cricket appreciate an extraordinary day like yesterday more when today is a more grinding day with a bit more, I suppose, stalemate and attrition and two teams duking it out rather than the extraordinary events we saw on day one?
Yeah, I think it does make you sort of sit back and sort of, I don't know, just think about how much of a special day it was yesterday. They don't come around very often. But having said that, we've had quite a few phenomenal days against South Africa in the past few years. You can think back to the 430 game in Joburg. You can think back to the other end of the spectrum when we were bowled out for 40 odd, whatever it was. So quite often these two teams, put up some pretty amazing sort of performances. And yesterday was a phenomenal day, really. I think we went within 14 runs of the highest score in a day in the history of Test cricket. So that's pretty amazing in itself. And I think, we'll probably look back on it more and more as time wears on.
What is your experience of Graham Smith as an opponent, and especially given that he's led South Africa so successfully over the last couple of years? What do you think of him?
Well, we have the utmost respect for him. He's done amazingly well over a long period of time. He must have such strong mental strength, I think, to play with such determination, to play with, probably the extra burden of being captain on his shoulders as well, to have to come out in those pressure situations and perform, consistently, is a great, it's a great achievement. He must have a lot of mental toughness, a lot of character about the guy, a lot of determination and passion for his country, and he can be a frustrating guy to bowl to as well, because you feel like you can bowl a good ball just outside off stump and he can whip you through mid wicket and for boundaries, and times the ball so well in that sort of area. So he's a muchly admired player in our dressing room for sure.
As you mentioned before, Adelaide Test can sort of reach late crescendos, I guess, because of the way the pitch plays or whatever. How much hard work is ahead to ensure that your first innings total, sets up a win, I guess?
I agree. I think the Adelaide Test matches generally do bring results, but they generally bring the results late on the fifth day. So I think with a hot day in store tomorrow, we might see a bit more turn coming out of the pitch as tomorrow wears on, and hopefully maybe some more variable up and down bounce as well. Tomorrow's a pretty big day, I reckon, in the Test match. If we can bowl really well and restrict South Africa, then I think we're in a great position to really push forward and try and win this Test match. If they bat really well and bat throughout the day and get up sort of close or level or even past our score, then I think it goes back to being a really even Test match again. So tomorrow, in the context of the whole match, is probably a really key day.